Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final, yes, the final race installment for MRL Cup Season 1. We did our season finale also at Atlanta this past Monday. US Track Enterprise was able to go and snag that victory there, so he will be joining us in this field tonight. However, this is the Cup guys here. We are oh man, it's been a long season to go and get to where we are now, and I will still have to say that there is a title fight on the line. Essentially, we're gonna make this super easy on ourselves here. UK Mopow Cat literally cannot finish last in order to if he wants to win a title, he just cannot finish 10th, and that's it. That's all he has to do.
Technically, he can if he leads a lap.
Well, even then, but like we had to like build up a little bit of tension. By the way, joining us in here in the booth is two drivers. Yes, two drivers for today. We have T-Bird, who is going to be lining up P4 on the grid, and then BS here in P1. Congrats on that poll. I might as well find yourself in a stripper club. Definitely at that point. So excellent poll to find yourself on. Tell me, does it feel grimy or is it nice and sleek?
Oh, it feels pretty good. Nice and clean and ready to dance on.
All right, ready to dance on. Well, there we go. Well, gentlemen, let's talk about the track here. Atlanta. Now, typically, first of all, could I have invites before we continue? And two, typically Atlanta is all about tire wear. How difficult is this track?
I guess I'll start here with it, and it is a sort of a real patience game when you're dealing with track, because you could go full out, but you'll burn your tires before you finish a fuel run, and I think what you'll see the main strategy here is trying to run it out to the end of each fuel run. Maybe not go over and outright save fuel on top of tires, but you can't go full out, so it's a lot of patience, a lot of knowing when to get back in a draft and just use that to like pull you along. It's a very like strategical race in that sort of element. Different different element to like the racing that you see from week to week. So I think it'll be interesting for sure.
BS, anything you want to add on to that, or you want to just basically just be like, yeah, exactly.
I want to add that I'm kind of more afraid of the pack racing than I am of the tires in the cup cars, at least. The cup cars aren't quite as bad on tires as the Xfinity cars or the trucks. Although you can burn, you'll you can lose speed at the last 20%. I noticed it's like 2 tenths or whatever when I was doing my practice.
Oh man, doing practice, that's pretty cringe actually.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Imagine doing practice.
Well, we are ready to join back in for everyone watching. We have multiple people joining us. Blakey T is actually one of them in the field. Oh, actually, that can go and actually run. But we also have a couple others that can go and potentially get this race win. Now, like I said, we have Nathan in the chat as well, so that's what he's going to be looking for, is to get this final win here. But like I said, it all really comes down to the overall title fight. Cyber, basically, all that what I was assuming that he is going to win the race. He's going to be a contender for. There's a lot of contenders. Drafting, essentially, this is a play track. Is how I like to say. T-Bird and BS both hit it on it very, very well. That this is essentially one big plate track here. And your tires are going to really feel the pressure going into it. And you can see it right now with everyone's going to just try to migrate towards the bottom. Of course, you definitely don't want to get into a kerfuffle early on. You definitely just want to kind of get your head down and get into a rhythm really early. So, speaking of, Liam is already lagging, so that is a lag warning right there. We're not even all the way done with the first lap, and here we are with a lag warning already. But yeah, definitely. that is one thing that we're going to be seeing a lot here from these guys is a bunch of the draft aspects, and because of that, we have a lot of the top 6 drivers already finding themselves in that little line right there. Everyone else is trying to find their own aspect to the draft. Like whereas the 17 of Liam is kind of acting as a little bit of a buffer. So like look at that. That is one thing I always love to see. I think I've said this in multiple broadcasts before. Is when people lag to hear the rev and then derev. That is one thing that I absolutely love to hear. Because of that. Go ahead.
I feel like that's something very weird to like about someone lagging.
Well,
if you're gonna like anything at all.
Of course, assuming that they don't like completely obliterate the field, which we've seen that a couple times. Where I mean, it has absolutely just obliterated the field, but more often than not, it is a wonderful aspect just to hear what they have to go through in order to like kind of shift up and try to catch the draft. I mean, especially at like when it was happening at Bristol, you guys like were not a part of you couldn't hear it. But like in my broadcast, it was just like literally it was someone trying to start up a a 20-year-old lawnmower. But so far the race has been very basically as we've started. BS has continued to be on point. Deeper's actually gained a spot from his opening position. The 24 is Cyber there in P2. And like I said, he for his championship fight, he needs that number 14 to essentially lag out right now. If that is the case, that means he wins the championship. So we have Fire Slayer in chat. How are you doing today, guys? Like I said, Nathan's already in chat. Blakey T already in there. Blakey T, you could have joined this race. Go and get your first start of the season. Welcome back, by the way. But yeah, these guys here already just kind of riding around the bottom. Now I know that's probably not the greatest racing. So let's tell some jokes here. How about that ARCA race? Has anyone seen the interviews from Billy Venturini about what happened with Corey Heim and Drew Dollar?
I saw that, I wasn't watching the actual race, but I saw that interview on Twitter, and that's probably one of the greatest interviews I've heard from anyone in the sport in the past 10 years at least.
BS, have you seen it?
No.
Oh my. Okay, so some context. This is not a spoiler for any people. I don't know. Do people actually care about spoilers for races as they are actually happening or not? I personally do. But I know not everyone does. So I guess spoiler for how the ARCA race went. Corey Heim was absolutely dominating the race. Literally was the car to beat. And his team owner is Billy Venturini. And then you have Joe Gibbs in the 18, which is piloted by Drew Dollar. Drew Dollar coming off of 4 on a restart with, I think this is just past halfway, if I recall correctly. Comes off, and Corey Heim is squeezing him to the bottom, and it opens up on the exit of 4. Drew Dollar gets loose because of the aerodynamics, and Drew Dollar goes and slaps Corey Heim up into the wall. Corey Heim then collects Drew Dollar, and they both go spinning into the infield grass. And Billy Venturini, of course, in Fox's infinite wisdom, is just like, you know what? Let's go interview the owner of the guy that just wrecked. And he is absolutely fuming. But the funniest part about it was that he's just like, oh yeah, Drew Dollar, he's a great guy, hell of a kid, but he effing sucks. It was just like, okay, yeah, you go, Billy, you got this. Go get it, King.
And then there's the whole point where he mentions, not once, but twice, where he's like, alright, Drew Dollar has wrecked a whole bunch of race cars, whether he was driving or driving against them. Damn.
And that's one thing that, we don't often hear. I mean, because, like I said, Fox in their infinite wisdom was just like, you know what, let's go interview one of the owners of the cars that just crashed, why would you do that? That's literally going to, it's like when Tony Stewart after Talladega, when they were, let's interview him, and that's where he was just like, yeah,
Quota.
Yeah, the crash quota. Essentially, that's essentially the same vibe. But no, I definitely, I wish I could do a justice with my rendition and just talk about it enough. You guys have to just go look it up on Twitter. It's super simple. In fact, let me see if I can try to link it here in a hot second. But yeah, currently no one's making a move right now. So that's essentially why I'm trying to fill the gap right here. But let's see here. Fox Sports. But yeah, so yeah, that was one of the things. I know the truck race is going on right now. Of course, no spoilers for that. Currently, as of right now, as of recording this race, they're in stage 3. So hopefully, no spoilers there. Let's go and see what we can talk about with Billy Venturini. Hang on.
You might also want to check this comment, see if Fire Slayer has already tried to stay on the Gran Turismo 7 Go.
Hang on. So he just said Blakey T in chat, so that's it. So that's the only thing I've seen. But we have that Jones boy saying I could have won this race. Well, I'll tell you what, that Jones boy, that's a great transition into what I want to talk about. This is the season finale. If you want to race with these guys, come on in. We are a PlayStation League, a 3-rung ladder. All you have to do is hit me up. My name is The Private Patton on Twitter, PSN, Facebook, OnlyFans. We have a lot of different platforms that we race on. Yeah, you can hit me up on any one of them. And we have a Sportsman series. That's where you start out. Then we are actually going to be going into our Xfinity series, the Light series, here starting next week. That is how you kind of basically test your mettle, prove your grit, and race your way into the Cup Series. So yeah, definitely. Thank you, that Jones boy. That was an excellent transition. This is season finale. We are looking for more drivers for next season. Sportsman and Cup will start next June. June 21st will be our first Sportsman Series race. So yeah. But yeah, by the way, I found the tweet. So yeah, guys, well, what's going on in your POVs right now?
I just passed Cyber.
Championship implications.
I may have pinched him in turn 1 there.
Well, I mean, BS. I mean, I'm tell you what, you found the stripper pole. Sometimes you have to rub on it a little bit, you know. So with that, I don't even know what that even has to do with racing, but you know, I thought it sounded funny. But yeah, we have our two co-commentators right here, P1 and P2. You know, sometimes it pays to go and be up here with me. You know, I mean, maybe I just bring a little bit of that luck until I start talking about you, and then you just go and commentators curse it straight into either the wall or the infield grass or something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of different things that we have a lot of different person to or a lot of different ways that you can go and get commentators curse.
Maybe if you don't shut up about me, maybe the bad luck I have when I'm not in here will cancel out with the bad luck that you get from the commentator's curse.
Well, I'll tell you what, not to totally chop you off, but as a talk about a little bit of real-life racing here, not real life, the actual in-game racing, that second pack that was originally detached from the original has caught back up. So I'll tell you what, I've always said that running the track like a super speedway, meaning like hugging the yellow line, is actually the slowest way to go around this track. It actually, yeah, but the thing is, it's the only way, technically, you have to run it, which is very counterintuitive. So, like, it's the slowest, but in order to not lose time, being side by side, you have to run it because people don't want to go below that yellow line. I mean, it's not a like 100% you can't go down there. It's just you will check up so much going into turn 3. And just like that, UK will go and lead this lap, and basically he can just quit now and he'll be fine. So, okay, we have our winner. Pack it up, folks. It was a good season. All right.
Well, we've still got a race win to decide, and I am oh boy, there's a lap around. Okay, interesting.
All right. Well, tell us what. Okay, so first of all, let's stop with the jokes here for a second. What lap are we on?
We are
completing lap 22.
22. So that means we are coming up on our first round of pit stops, gentlemen. How prepared do you guys feel for getting on the pit road here?
It's one of the easier tracks to get on the pit road too.
Not if your name's Private Patent, but yeah.
I will also disagree in the fact that I had the Dom Toretto my car in the pit road during qualifying around Liam. So, and you could ask him about that if you want, but I literally 45-degree angled my car down first gear trying to get on pit road. Still nearly missed it. So.
And that's the biggest, or I guess not the biggest, but one of the biggest challenges when it comes to Atlanta specifically. That is because of how. Oh, there we go. There's Fire Slayer saying he's the GOAT of GT7. But yeah, that is one of the hiccups when it comes to all of these quad ovals right there. Looks like 20 is going to come on down this time, so short pin. There we go.
I really burned up my right front trying to keep the lead.
Oh, hopefully that doesn't pay dividends in the long run. So we'll see. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see where it takes them. But we have all these quad ovals: Texas, Charlotte, Atlanta. Basically the same track. Not really. I don't know why I said that. But the entry to pit road is the same almost on every single one of them. In the sense that
caution.
Caution. Now, BS. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, BS, because you were down on pit road. But was that were you lap beforehand or were you lap after?
I'm still on the lead lap.
Ooh, well, you just lucky day there, BS, because you basically just got a free pit stop.
I did. Totally calculated. All part of the plan.
I saw, I don't know exactly what caused that. I just know that Liam, I think, lagged into the wall. But I don't know what exactly spun him around. So I don't know if he was trying to pit, maybe he hit the apron and just walled it. I mean, I don't know. But, yeah. Well, I mean, first caution of the day, so I guess that's a relief for everyone that was worried about getting onto the pits. But yeah, we're going to restart here. Looks like
Packers stayed out for some reason.
Well, that is a very bold strategy. That was probably he just either forgot to pit or forgot to hit double X right there. And very tip of the hat move to him, gets on out of the way. But his race is far from over. Of course, we've seen stuff happen before. 3 wide here coming off a turn 2. That is going to be a little bit hectic right there. The 8 will want to clear, and he does. And the 22 of Cade, we have not yet talked about him. The 22 of Cade has had one of those weird seasons. All right. Yep, that is a Liam lag warning 2.
Yeah, I switched cameras on accident going through pit road, so I had to figure out what the button was to switch it back. But if these guys run Daytona line, I should be able to get back to them.
All right, so with that, we have a. But okay, let's talk about the rest of this here. What I was talking about. Ooh, the 37 goes and. Yep, the 37 goes and absolutely wins it, but looks like Packers actually left. I think Oh, no, he was down on pit road. Again, Packers may have just been saved right there. What the heck happened?
He's a lap down, but he'll be safe and he should get the
wow, these are just... That is just insane luck right there. That is very... excellent to see. So what happened right there to kind of was Baseball Kid got either, I don't know if he made contact and got pushed into the wall, came on back down, and they were already too wide, and it looks like Nathan is taking responsibility for that, so that is why right there. So,
yeah, what had caused all that was me and Agent Orange were side by side. He hit the apron on the inside and hit me a bit, and then came back down and caused collateral baseball kid and started that whole shebang off the exit. So,
well,
just sort of why he's taking blame, I guess, for it.
But yeah, we have, so yeah, there we go. So, looks like Liam is trying to get on out of the way, so again, tip of the hat to him. There he goes. But looks like Baseball Kid, ooh, not too happy with US Track right there, and he is going to kind of show his displeasure. But yeah, Packers, because of that, gets into the Lucky Dog position and will get back onto the lead lap. However, again, we have the same 6 cars gapping themselves from everyone else. That is not too good if your name is Baseball Kid, Packers Dynasty, or US Track Enterprise. But they caught up to him once, they can do it again. But yeah, no, this 17 is massively lagging, and we're on board with him. Looks like the 64 of US Track is also lagging, but he's in the back knowing that he's lagging, so that is why he hasn't been called out for that yet. But yeah, that's the reason why. But yeah, no, this 37, thankfully though, is just within draft, or about to be within draft distance. So they're going to get back into it here in a hot second. But yeah, no, that's it's just one of those things. So yeah, now that we're going to run the Daytona Talladega line one more time, what lap are we on so we can kind of get into this?
We are currently
36.
on 36.
36. Dang, only 36 laps in 162. I thought we would have been at least at 161 by now. But yes, we are still in the infancy of this race. But that doesn't mean everyone can just basically kick back and relax. You just saw it right there. The 24 is kind of searching around. What I'm really liking from like the 22, especially, is that he's running the track as it's intentionally, or that it's supposed to be ran. And that's getting him a lot of speed, but unfortunately there's just nowhere to go with it. So because of that, that 22 just has to just tuck back in line. Ooh, the 96 poking his nose underneath that 14 right there, trying to get his lap led for this race. Now, one thing I feel like I've neglected, which I can probably just do right now, is talk about the overall battles for the points. Now, like I said, we talked about the championship's already been decided. With UK leading a lap, he has clinched the title. Congrats to him, golf clap. But there are still battles going on all across the track. Technically, T-Bird, I think you are well aware that your position, P3 in the championship, is well within distance of possibly being taken, because Cade is only 25 points behind, meaning essentially you have to finish 7th, I do believe, 7th or better in order to clinch P3 in the title. That's just one of the examples. We also have another example. Well, technically, it's no longer an example, because even though he was signed up, he did not show up. It was RS Meatwagon, Xander, in case you aren't familiar with that name. The 22 doing the same thing you did, and looks like the 14 is going to try. Oh, no, he tucks back in at the last possible second. Essentially, Packers is now guaranteed P7 in the title, but that position was only by 6 points. So that could have been a great battle, but unfortunately, it's just one of those things that, schedules get in the way. They're already all locked into the Cup Season 2, so I'm sure they are probably just like, you know what, whatever. So this 6-car pack is now a 8-car pack, because Packers, because of the side-by-side racing, and that's exactly why the Talladega Daytona line is being ran, is it allows the 37 and the 6 to get back up here. However, it's like a catch-22, if you guys know what that means. Essentially, yes, it protects your position from being passed on the inside. However, it's it's dog water slow. It's like literally it allowed the 37 and the 6 to ride back on up here. It's like literally dog water slow. BS, you are also um, you've been on the high side for quite some time there. How are you feeling?
I just don't feel like running the Dega line anymore. I'm just trying out different things. It sucks because you can't run the normal line and make enough time in order to punish these guys running the Dega line. So you just kind of have to run it.
Yes, and that is just one of those unfortunate things. So, like I said, very much a catch-22. So you kind of have to take the good with the bad, and that's why you can get the experimenting done and out of the way now. Essentially, go and see what works and what doesn't, and from there you can see how it's going to work and impact your race. Now, as the tires wear, that's when the grip starts to lower, and you are now kind of in a world of your own. However, I see that 8 car trying to make his own little way up on the high side. He's making some heavy grounds in the turns, especially coming into turns 1 and 2. However, the straights are his biggest weakness. Who would have predicted that NASCAR Heat 5, a 2-year-old game, is predicting the 2022 Atlanta race? Imagine that. That is absolutely bonkers to me. That we are living in a modern age. But T-Bird, lag warning right there. That was a little bit of a lag surge. Not that big of a deal. That just chokes on up, but that was probably the best news that Agent Orange has received all day. So he will be able to just get in right there. Maybe apart from maybe something, maybe saying, you know what, you can basically have a free race win. That will probably be better for him. But because of that, he was able to go on down. But he went back up to the high side, and basically the lines are just back to where they were. So unfortunately, he was not able to capitalize. But look at the, I'm looking at this 37 here. The 37 of Baseball Kid has been able to finagle his way through the field, and this literal child is actually able to really slice and dice. He has won in our support series, ERA, Elite Racing Association. In case you're not familiar with that, races every Thursday. He actually won the season opener, so he is a winner in MRL in a support series. So he knows how to get it done here at these plate-esque tracks. But speaking of getting it done on the high side, I'm sure that, yeah, he wasn't too thrilled with the 8 car right there. He's probably he gave him a little love tap on the exit, saying, "Hey, I didn't quite appreciate that." He was incredibly being squeezed there on the bottom. But yeah, that 14 was actually able to get it done on the high side right there. And then you have his teammate of the 24 of Cyber right behind the 96 of T-Bird. So business is starting to pick up here as we approach, if I'm counting my laps correctly, 48?
We're completing lap 48.
Ah, damn it. I'm always one off. Like, literally, that's not even a joke. I'm always one off. But yes, so I'll tell you what, guys. Now that we're at least half-mast right now, that has to be like pretty nice to go and get some racing done and dusted. Now we can kind of simmer on down and it looks like get back into single file.
Yeah, that's likely how you'll see it go now. Now, you were talking about how Baseball Kid's been able to make his way up through the field. I actually do rate him quite highly here. Me and him together, and if you recall back to the All-Star Open that me and him raced in, we drafted our way nearly all the way back up to Mike and Terrell, who were battling for the win in that from like 5-6 seconds on back. So he's definitely got speed here. I will say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, another driver that also has speed here, that was actually just inside the top 5, it was a 6 car of Packers. Unfortunately, he kind of got booted out of that top spot. Now he finds himself in P7. But that 6 car, when he's not, not old man Packers, he finds himself a breath of fresh air and becomes young hotshot Packers. Of course, the Packers podium, this dude never talks, except from when I hear him in a podium interview. But yeah, that is That
Yeah,
is
we'll keep
always.
an eye on the 37. He's lacking a little bit on my
Oh
screen.
yes, I do see that. That's probably why he's up on the top
That's
side right there.
probably why on the
Dang.
Packers, because he dropped out.
Holy God! Well, commentator's curse strikes again. So that is what I'm attributing that to. So super unfortunate for the 37 right there. He didn't make contact with anyone, right? Was there a lag incident involved with that, or?
For Packers, maybe. I'm not 100%. It was very strange.
All right. Well, I was watching Cyber and I didn't see until you guys made mention of the 37. So I guess I can't give the 37 a lag warning yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. So I'm on board with the 22 of Cade. The 22 of Cade has had one of the weirdest seasons. He's been up, down, tossed around, and by that I mean in regards to the point standings. I should clarify. He won the season opener at Daytona, and he has fallen all the way back to as low as 13th in the standings. And then he's driven his way back up through a combination of, misfortune of others, but also through his own driving prowess. And now he's fighting for that third place in the title fight, and what I was talking about, like his own prowess, he's been on a tear lately. His most recent finishes have, going all the way back to Charlotte, he has not finished outside the top 10. Whereas beforehand, or let me kind of rewind for a hot second, my bad. In the 7 other races that he was a part of, the first 7 races, he had an average finish of 7.4, whereas most recently, he has upped it to 5.1. Now, like I said, that's through a combination of other people's misfortune, but also, it looks like, yes, you're going to be pitting, looking to go and shortcut everyone here, so we'll have to see how that's going to work on out. So because of that, we have the 22 of Cade that is back up here fighting for P3 in the title fight, so that has to be adding some kind of momentum for him. Looks like the 37 is also going to take your advice, BS, and pit with you right there. So those are the 2 drivers that are currently... Dang, the US track. Yeah, that is why he has been kind of hanging out in the back. Oh my God! That's Liam 2.0. That is quite possibly the worst lag I've ever seen. Wow. He was like... Oh my goodness me. US Track, great guy. Absolutely, he won at Atlanta. He knows how to get it done, but that was a spectacle right there. Oh my goodness, that was a true treat. I can die happy. So, with that, we have the rest of the guys. Looks like the 22 is going to come on down this time, so pit stops are happening here. So we have a... let's see here. My bad, there was someone else that came off pit road. Oh no, that was just US Track. That was still lagging, but yeah. BS, did you speed?
No.
No? Okay. Did Liam pit with you then?
I don't know. He was on, he was nowhere near in front of us, but I saw him go out pit road in front of me, so I'm not sure.
Maybe he missed pit road? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know at this point. But yeah, we have a... Okay, so let's kind of bring it back here. That Jones boy rooting for some Cade action. Gotta love some Cade. Hilarious. Some team news regarding Cade. Next season, he will be actually teaming up with Agent Orange to go and possibly go and see what Baseball Kid may have sped right there. That was super, super close. We'll have to see if he did or not, but that was a really aggressive pit entry right there by the 37. Hopefully he did not speed. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But I'm assuming that everyone else will be coming on down. Maybe not. Maybe Cyber will just be like, you know what, screw it. I'm just not going to pit. He'll go the rest of this race without pitting. If he does, I'm pretty sure that will be in violation of the fuel rule. But hey, you know what? To each their own. I'm
kind of terrified here.
But with that, I think Liam is well aware that he is on the 3-strike thing, yeah, so he's staying high right there. So, again, tip of the hat to him. He knows what's going on. But yeah, it looks like the 37 did not speed, and he will actually go and I think he actually gained 2 spots in that whole exchange. And you can see that everyone else, with the short stoppers, we call them here, going out and going to be gaining about a second advantage on the rest of the field, whereas UK will lead the 37 and the 8 with US Track just behind. Looks like Packers will be out of that draft range. Unfortunate for him. So where is the 96 of Tiber going to join out at? Ooh, behind all of these guys. Looks like he will be rejoining behind the US Trek right there. So yeah, you can see why I was saying that he was lagging right there. I wonder if he's has he pit yet? Who's our leader right now?
Cyber.
Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. Coming off of turn 2, could you let me know who our leader is?
Cade.
Cade? Okay. And T-Bird, could you tell me if US Trek has pit yet?
He has.
Interesting. So he was actually able to. He was actually probably the first one to go on down pit road. But now you can see that there is now a wall of 2 lagging cars. So that is. Oh. Yeah, that is a lag incident for Goose. Yeah, so T-Bird, I'm sure you're absolutely loving this. And so
Get away from me!
Exactly. So yeah, that is definitely something that I have to talk about right there. Not T-Bird's rendition of. I can't say that joke on stream. Never mind. Forget I said that. But yeah, I will issue our first lag warning for Goose right there. So I'll have to let him know about that.
King Julian, Goose is lagging.
Yeah, Mords. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that has been issued right there. So it looks like what was a 8-car pack has been dwindled back down to 5, with the 37 of Baseball Kid being the one that's just barely able to cling on right here. I'm not a Star Trek fan, but clinging on, I'm pretty sure, is a language, right?
Fuck if I know.
Okay, well, never mind. Okay, that joke was obviously one of those that didn't land. Just forget I said that. Never mind. It's Klingon. That was what I was referring to. Never mind. Screw it. Okay. Scratch that one off my my list of jokes to use, because obviously it's all right. You could literally hear crickets after I said that. Anyway, so we have the top 5 right here. So it looks like the battle is still going on between Cade and UK. Cade being on the bottom on older tires, but the 14 of UK on the high side on newer. So despite the bottom line being the preferred lane, he is technically at the disadvantage. Meanwhile, the 8, will be his new teammate for next season, is trying to help him on out. Meanwhile, the 14 being able to solo them on the top front is definitely a testament to how good that 14 car is. Meanwhile, the 24 in this little background right here is just saying, hey, keep on going, guys. I'm catching on up. So the 24 is Cyber, with them being side by side, is actually catching these guys. Meanwhile, T-Bird, I can see you're kind of in a very lonely race right there.
Yeah, but what applies to Cyber is also applying to me right now. Since we're able to run the faster line around the track, we are slowly catching them, but it's also hard with them drafted.
Oh, well, they are 3 wide right now, so these guys are definitely racing. So yeah, 3 wide. Atlanta, it can be done here. However, just look at the finesse of these drivers. That is why these guys are the best in the league right here. But the 22 of Cade leading the way. But that 8 car, I don't know if he actually wants to just ride behind him right there. I think he actually wants to go. That 14 car definitely wants to go and get that spot, and they will go and be side by side again, which is just going to bring the 24 as well as the 96 ever closer. And don't forget, the 6 car in the back behind that is also a threat, albeit when he doesn't get lag wrecked. I mean, just Packers either has a very good finish, either getting a win or a podium, or he doesn't. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like that is like just a wonderful marvel. You either are good or you're not. So I'll tell you that. But yeah, we have that Jones boy saying, you taught the boy everything he knows. Okay, well, again, Cade, definitely his tools he learned from his father, going out and getting this done. Getting that bread, as the kids say. But yes, let's talk about this. Relegation season here. To kind of fast forward a week. Next week we are starting our Lights, our Xfinity series, and that is to see who will be the 10 drivers to enter the Cup Series. The top 10 from Sportsman, the trucks come on up to Lights, and the bottom 10 from Cup go down to Lights, and the top 10 there will fill in the final 10 spots. Currently, we have all of our spots filled. Now, it will be a 15-car field. That is because of multiple suspensions from other drivers or people just refusing, be like, you know what, I just don't want to come back. Again, to each their own. But let's go through our list of names that we have in that series. And again, I know we have a race going on right now, but I want to fast forward a week. So we have our 15-car field. The Season 1 Cup drivers being Blakey T. Like I said, he's going to be making a return. Selling Dreams, Tom Selling Dreams. Justin Shackett will be driving the 18 car. Blakey T, by the way, I should also be mentioning what numbers they will be running. So yeah, that'll probably be great if I do that. Justin Shackett will be driving the 18. Blakey T will be driving the 1. Bassbuck will be joining. He has yet to give me his number, but it will probably be a Chevy. So whatever it is, it'll probably be a Chevy. Baronet will be driving the lovely number 16 AJ Allmendinger calling machine, because he will be joining PMR, Precision Morgan Racing, starting next week with Elite Precision, as well as
car around, baseball kid, turn 1.
Ooh, well, caution?
No caution.
What happened there?
What happened?
Was that a lag incident, maybe?
I don't know. He was right behind me, and then he was just gone.
That was probably a lag incident then, if that was it. So, BS, lag warning 1, I guess. Man, I love these servers, man. These servers are absolutely gorgeous. We are going to be having to deal with these servers for a whole nother year. Let's hear it, boys. No, Heat 5, one more year.
These servers are about as good as BS on the stripper pole.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I'd be a tier 3 sub on Twitch for BS. If I could see, if that could mean I could see him on the stripper pole. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that would be what I aspire to be like. Anyway, but yeah, going back to what I was talking about. So yeah, Precision Morgan Racing will be entering the Light Series, and that will be from Elite Precision, who will be driving the 10, WRX Mike driving the 11, and then Baronet in the 16. Of course, Baronet being our Truck Series champion, dominant down there. However, Elite Precision came in 3 races late, and he was able to finish off the season P3 in the standings. So excellent, or P4 in the standings. I apologize, correcting myself there. So excellent work for him to go back on up through the field and go get that bread. Then we also have, I'm sorry, that's just gonna be my phrase the entire day. We also have Tomboy going to be joining us in the Light Series, and he will be driving the 5.
5 car.
Thank you. The 5 of Matt Mills. So that is one of the few drivers that doesn't quite get the recognition in league racing. No one ever picks the 5. But then we also have drivers like Hunty, who has yet to give me his number, but he's going to be joining us. Keith, Monster Racing. Monster Racing has given me his number, but not at the same time. He is essentially waiting for everyone else to pick, and he's just like, all right, just give me a number. So I'm just like, all right, cool. We have Clay as well, Broadcaster Clay, that's going to be joining us. He will be in the 8. We also have Napier, who will be joining us, and that will be a Noah Gregson, number 9. And then, like I said, WRX Mike will be our 15th driver in that field. BS coming on down another time right there. Interesting. What lap are we on?
We just hit halfway.
Halfway, ladies and gentlemen. That means we are on lap 82. Let's hear it. 82, halfway. So let's give our halfway race break right here. So looks like US Trek will be joining you down on pit road. So we have multiple people down on pit road here, which is going to impact things a little bit. Kate is going to come on down. But the 8 car of Agent Orange is our leader. The 14 of UK, Mo Power Cat. Our Season 1 champ, as of right now, he's led his lap and locked himself, is P2. I should probably wait and do this through the field because we have pit stops going on, but Cyber has clawed his way back into P3. T-Bird, you are in P4. And then we have a mixture of different drivers currently going through and around. I do believe Baseball Kid's currently P5 with Liam being P7.
No, Packers is P5. He is
damn it. All right. But yeah, what T-Bird said right there. And then BS, you are P8, correct?
Yes.
P8, US Trek is P9 with Cade currently being P10 last of the field. For right now.
It is P7.
Okay, never mind. You know what? We'll talk about this again. Holy God, that was marvelous. For anyone watching the stream, this is why I love watching laggy drivers. Again, US Trek, amazing. He knows how to get around here, but when I see a car totally parallel with the back end facing the wall, that is fantastic. I mean, I don't know about you.
I think the proper terminology is perpendicular, but that's besides the point.
Well, yeah, perpendicular with the wall, parallel to the racing line. So, yeah. Actually, no, that's not at all. Yeah, you're right. No, it's just right. I'm sorry. That's why... No. Hey, you know what?
Major, leave him alone.
Hey, I graduated with a history major. That's what I got. That's what I got. I am not, by any means, a math whiz or a nerd. But yes, that is why BS has to correct me on almost every point I do. In fact, I did it in the season finale of Sportsman, where Baronate actually had to correct me. Was just like, yeah, I posted the standings, and he was just like, yeah, you just changed the name around, but you didn't actually change the amount. I'm just like, shit, you're right. It's because I just straight up forgot. So I did it, I just forgot to do it. So I'm just like, it's always something. But anyway, we have pit stops for our front contenders right here. Looks like UK and Nathan both came down at the same time. They will leave at the same time. The 24 went down a lap later with T-Bird doing the same. There is the 22 and the 20 to get their lap back. We're going to see how they stack on out compared to the 14 and 8, and they will be right around the same, but you can tell that as the race goes on, these packs are spreading thinner and thinner, meaning we will not see the Talladega Daytona line. Insert, I wish, this is why, what sucks about streaming on PlayStation is that I can't do my own little bits. I would have played the NFL theme song right there, but, you know, whatever.
Leader 22.
Well, technically he's not a new leader, BS. I mean...
Well, he's just took the lead.
Yeah, it's a lead change, but he's not a new leader. Come on, man. I expect more. Um, so anyway, it's the season finale. As you can tell, I'm having fun. Hopefully, you guys are as well. Hopefully, everyone watching is having fun as well. As we are into our halfway right now, how do you like the race? Who do you expect to win? Currently, our leader is the 22 right here with the P2 of the 20 right here. However, don't count out the P3 of Agent Orange or P4 of UK. Those guys can claw their way back up, being on fresh tires. But yeah, season finale, guys. Let's talk about the season as a whole. It has been a wild ride. What has been the highlight for your guys' season?
P3 at Pocono.
That is a tough one.
Well, I'll tell you what, T-Bird, while you think about it, let's elaborate more on BS. Of course, well, before I go into that, Baseball Kid has officially called it a night, and he will be our 10th place driver here. Great season from Baseball Kid. P10, hey, guaranteed top 10. Hey, you know what? That's a stat. Anyway, so the P3 from Pocono, what BS is referring to, Xander actually got DQ'd from that because of intentionally bringing out yellow. Well, not DQ'd, let me rephrase that. Stripped of his win and brought to the rear of the lead lap for his points-paying position. So, the win went to UK, but it was actually a 3-wide finish for P2 at that point. So we actually had a 3-wide photo finish with UK being the winner, Cyber P2, and BS being P3. So that is what BS is referring to. So it was an excellent, excellent race. I didn't stream it, which is the running joke of every time that BS has a podium, I'm not there to stream it. But yes, that is what he's referring to.
And that means I'm going to be finishing P4 here if the race continues as it is.
More than likely, yes. But hey, you know what? Trends are meant to be broken, right? T-Bird, have you thought of your moment yet? Good talk. So we have a 17 of Liam down in pit road. We have Baseball Kid joining us in chat as well. Love being screwed by lag on this stupid butt game. You know, hey, I know. It's one of those things. It's the servers and McDonald's Wi-Fi, top notch. I mean, I don't know if I prefer. I mean, I'm pretty sure McDonald's Wi-Fi has probably the best capabilities when it goes to when it comes to streaming and all that. But I don't know. But Walmart Wi-Fi as well has its ups and downs. Anyway, so yeah, T-Bird, how about you?
My highlight of the season is probably third place at Phoenix, where I was feeling like absolute dog crap, and I somehow still got a podium out of that.
Oh, Phoenix, of course, coming more recently. Pocono, in correlation, was only race 5 of the season. Phoenix was only 5 races ago. Yes, indeed, that race was fun. Caution free, if I recall. And I do remember that you entered that race with flu-like symptoms and then left as soon as you got done with your interview. So yeah, definitely one of those occasions where you were just a trooper going on through. So I totally get it. I would have thought it would have been your pole in Canadian Tire. Unfortunately.
We kind of block out the rest of that besides the pole, so that's why I don't say that.
Yeah. I mean, but still, you said you've gone on multiple occasions saying that you just want to be invited to an exhibition race. You are now, I mean, with your pole at Canadian Tire. And actually, I'm pretty sure, BS, with your pole as well, you are now invited to the Clash, so hey, congrats to that. But yeah, we have a, I would have thought that would have been your moment. But now that I remember what else happened with the rest of it, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah. The top five is getting spicy here. By that I mean the top four. Cyber unfortunately has just not been able to find the speed. We are incredibly spaced on out right now. 9 drivers inhabit this mile and a half, with 4 of them being in the front pack. UK has been able to climb into the draft. The 8 leading into, well, the lead. Wonderful wordplay for me. I am truly a Shakespearean legend. When it comes to that, I just talk myself into a hole. I'm just like, well, I mean, I guess I have to roll with it now. So, but yeah, we have the 8 of Agent Orange back into the lead. UK just now getting into P2. You have Cade there into P3. BS hanging on to P4. Cyber there in P5. Tiber, you're P6, correct?
Yes.
P6 with Packers right behind you, so at least you have a friend. And then you also have P7 of, is it Goose or Lee? Or P8, is it P8 of Liam or Goose?
Goose. Liam is a lap down, I believe, at least.
Gotcha. Well, that is the other driver that we're not talking about then, with our final 10th place driver being Baseball Kid. Excellent season so far. Like I said, full of ups and downs. But there have been some great racing all the way through. Definitely, Daytona was... we started off the season very strong there. I personally remember where we had a top 5 breakaway, meaning that it was a top 3 with 2 lap down drivers, and it was insane. The Mopawa team of Cyber and UK was those 2 drivers. They were a lap down. And then a lucky yellow, they were able to climb their way back into P4 and P5. And then we also had another great race at Martinsville. Martinsville, where Xander was the car to beat going into the race. He was considered to be the threat. However, through a mixed bag of strategy as well as just, good old-fashioned, practice, UK was actually going on out, and that was his, at that time, 3rd race win in a row. I think it was the battle for P3, which was the huge thing between Kalen and Cyber, because we went, I think, 120 laps without a caution, or I think 150 now that I think about it, because they had to make a green flag stop but to go and complete the race. And it was Cyber and Kalen that actually got intermingled with the front 2, and it was literally a battle for the podium and the battle for the lead at the same time. Insane racing. And then we also have Bristol just 2 races ago, where it was, I'll say it. The win was almost guaranteed, but the battle for P2, where Cade was able to go and get that P2 with Cyber, P4 of Kalen back there, P5 of Packers. They were all in that span of getting that spot, and it was an insane race. And I've said, and I've also said this straight up to UK, who ended up winning the race, was, dude, if you weren't in that field, that was an insane battle for the win. Or at least it would have. But plenty of new races to be had here as we go and get the rest of our top 10 in the Cup side here in Lights starting next week. Gentlemen.
Just a quick note on that Bristol race. I think Cade deserves some sort of reward for the defense he put on Cyber during that race. Just saying.
That, and like I said, that was an insane battle for P2. Like I said, and UK even agreed with me when I said it. Like, hey, if you weren't in that race, that would have been a battle for the win. That probably would have been my personal race of the season. Absolutely bananas racing. Defense of the year. WRX Mike coming on in saying, "Sup, how are you?" We have, of course, our bots. Our bots. Been here all season. Our #1 supporters here at MRL. Thank God for our friendly neighborhood bots. It is not an official race until they have posted at least 3 times with laughing so hard, you're crying emojis, heart emojis, checkmark emojis, and lip emojis. Excellent, excellent promoters of MRL. We love our bots. Anyway, so strategy once again here. Our shortstoppers are pitting again. BS, help me understand where your strategy is at right here. You guys are currently planning on pitting one more time after this, correct?
Yeah, it's 55 to go now. Apparently my tires aren't lasting as long as they did in testing, so I'm actually gonna have to save just a little bit. But the guys who are pitting late stopping should be good to go.
With one more stop after this, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, it ain't over till it's over, right? That would be the biggest thing that we always see. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Okay, Cade right there. Coming on out, and there you have the change over right there. Cade is gonna come on back out, and here is the battle coming off of pit road. The 20 already making his stop. The 22 just now exiting. These guys will, of course, the 20 will gain that spot, but they're essentially will be together. But yeah, we have a strategy race on our hands right now. Fresh tires versus new, or old, I should say. The 8 and the 14 staying out a little bit longer, but they're coming on the rise later. However, you have seen that the 22 and the 20 have both been able to stay out just as long. Cyber saying, you know what, I'm going to do something a little different. He hasn't been able to get back into that draft distance like he would. Now he's just kind of in a very lonely race right now, so he's currently in P5, and will probably be back there for a little bit longer, because he is, a quarter of the track behind the 20 and the 22, so I don't know if that's all about the pit entry or pit exit or what, but a mixture of different things. WX Mike saying PMR coming for that cup title season after lights. Stay tuned. Yes, we will see indeed. Looks like the 14. Did the 14 not? No, he did. Nathan. Oh my God. U.S. Trek going 200 miles per hour. Let's go. Breaking the land speed record here at Atlanta. Anyway, yeah, Agent Orange pitting that last time, so he's actually going to diversify his portfolio here. That's what we call in the business world a good move. And he is going to try to break away to kind of maybe get back into this race with, or at least gap himself from UK. He himself just saying in chat, not going to lie, this race is boring. Hey, you should be listening to my commentary. I'm pretty sure my commentary has been the best it's been all season, so I don't know about y'all. Yes, UK, we know he is on 2 lag warnings.
Guys, I got the most stats.
Okay, stay on the apron at least. God damn it.
But yes, so let's talk a little bit different here. BS T-Bird, have you guys been watching any shows lately?
I hardly ever watch TV shows, to be completely honest with you.
Oh, okay. BS?
Same.
Well, have you guys I've been honestly watching Eric Andre's show a little bit lately. Eric Andre, he is hilarious. Oh my God. And just the level, so it's essentially a, like Jimmy Kimmel Live, like the really bad late night talk show, where they bring on a guest, except it's like an anti-talk show. Literally, all he does is torment his guests, like to the point where one, which is I think her name was Lauren Candon or something like that. Landy Candy, I don't know. But he brought her on and did nothing but like torment her, like to the point where there was a Eric Andre pretended to throw up. Obviously, like it wasn't real, but then he like slurped it back up for she cringed so much that she just had to walk off. And that's the entire thing. That's what he aims to do, is push it to the limit to get the guests to just walk off. There are some, like T.I., I don't know if you guys are familiar with the rapper T.I., that actually try to fight him. I know Flava Flav did as well. Flava Flav fought Eric because of what they were trying to do. But there are some that very rarely catch on that, okay, this is not actually a real talk show. It's like just a comedy skit, essentially. One big giant comedy skit where the guests are literally unaware that it's not real. And only one strikes to me, and that's Tyler, the creator. He's the only one that actually knew that going into it that, hey, this is not real. But no, like I love Eric Andre. He's hilarious. But in terms of that, I've seen Moon Knight, right? Commentary boring too. You know what, UK, you're stripped of your title. Cyber wins. So, you know what, that executive decision coming from the league owner, I'm sorry. But it's, as the kids say nowadays, it sucks to suck.
For talk detrimental to the sport.
Detrimental to the league.
Exactly.
But yeah, commentary boring too. Whatever. You wouldn't know commentary if it slapped you across the face. You and your damn 22 titles. Anyway, but yeah, no. So let's bring it on back. Have you all seen Doctor Strange?
No.
Do y'all care about seeing Doctor Strange?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm like, you guys got to give me something to work with here. I'm just like, I'm fishing right now.
Well, sometimes the lake is not does not have any fish. Cat.
Yeah. Well, all right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna be bringing it on back again. Okay, let's reel the line back in here. We had. Oh my god. As I keep just searching around looking for battles, I keep going back on the 64 of Goose. And he is... This is... You guys have to watch back this. It is a marvel of how much this guy... It looks like he's on the apron, but he's actually not. Oh my god. And then he's like literally sideways, but he holds control over it. It is absolutely insane. So let's bring it on back.
Rallycross.
Wow, who's commentating with me? Yeah, you know what? They're focusing right now. They're focusing. You know what? To each their own. They have their own race to run. But no, WRX Mike, T-Bird, and BS are joining me up in the booth. So that are the two voices you're probably unfamiliar with. So that is why. For anyone just now joining. Hello, welcome. We are, if I'm counting my laps correctly, 35 to go?
39.
Nah, that's more than one. That's more than one off. I was in the ballpark, though. We have 39 laps to go, and we are here in the season finale of Atlanta. Joining me up in the booth, well, first, I'm your host, PBT. In case you don't know me, is BS14 Cars, and our T-Bird, give me T-Bird, 2905, goes by all those names. But yes, those are our two, or not interviews, in-race commentators.
Now, see, Mike, I'm a better commentator when I'm not driving. I think Pat can attest to this. If you've seen Sunday nights, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, that's because, the pressure's not on you. Honestly, that is actually a great topic to talk about. Commentary is actually harder than it looks. I thought it was going to be easy when I started up this league. Because, in case you guys didn't know, I was a Twitch streamer before this. Not like a professional by any means. But, like, I did my own enough to get by. And we had a... like I basically I would just run NASCAR races like over. Like I would do 100% races, and I would stream on Twitch. You know, that's literally how some people met me and got to know me. And that's how actually I got into the esports scene. When we did the Pro League for Heat 4, is that I was streaming my Xfinity Bristol attempts. That's how I met Flash. That's how I met Hunty. Flash 9, in case you don't know who that Hunty Wild for that. But yeah, I was that's how what I was doing before I started league racing. And then I thought that just commentating would come naturally, but it's actually harder than you think. You start running out of topics to talk about really quickly, so that's where I bring in like stats or real life instances of like the race. Like, unfortunately, I can't talk about the trucks because I haven't seen the ending. I know that as of right now, no spoilers, of course, no spoilers. But we have all these different discussion points to talk about. So it's actually a lot harder. And T-Bird, I mean, I don't know how it is with you, but like, doing it by yourself, I mean, it's so much better to have someone to bounce off of.
Well, but this, well, I mean, you mind if I refer to what you're talking about, like what league we're talking about, or?
Sure.
All right. So I commentate for a GC Sports, which you're a captain in. I'm a captain in as well. Good league, but that's besides the point. But I did do a solo last season. This season I actually have probably your dad, if you know him. He's with me up there, and Justin Shackett, who's part of this league when he races. But I actually have people to work with this year, so it's a bit easier this year. But you are right about there's times where it's just like absolutely dead, and you just don't know what to talk about like at all.
But I feel like that's also like the best part and also the worst part, because I don't know. I personally love cringe. Not like the division of GC, but like legit like cringe. Like, you know, like the thing that makes like, oh really? Like, yeah, really? Like, I don't know. I feed on that. That's so funny. It's so funny just to talk about everyone else's like bad attempts. Like there's this one video that I've been obsessed with lately, and it's a guy like trying to hook up with a girl, and he's like laying his moves, his tone on her, and she's very uncomfortable. He's like dressed in like a Minecraft like hoodie with like Supreme like sweatpants, and she's like very just like, no, like, get out of my face, and he is like, he's just like saying like stuff like that. He's like, yeah, before we need to go any further, I need to know if you're on birth control. And she's like, all right, I'm out. So she goes into the restroom. And, like, this is all like on a TikTok. And she's like, hey, I need like a way to get out of here. Like, what do I do? And like someone messaged her saying, oh yeah, just say you're pregnant. So she goes back, and it's just like, yeah, I just want to let you know I'm actually pregnant. I didn't know. And this dude is just like, holy moly, guacamole! You should have just let off with that. And I'm just like, dude, that is funny. That is hilarious. I love shit like that. It is hilarious when it comes to like people embarrassing themselves like that. But no, like, but like that can also happen, like, and just in like people just talking or not have like much to talk about. Like, I would find that in my Twitch streams all the time, where I'm just like, I'm out of stuff to talk about. So like I just like, you just make stuff up, honestly. One of
go ahead.
Something
I think you should invest in at some point if you want to keep commentating is theater, and especially improv. Like, all right, so I'm a drama kid, like in my I'm in high school right now, and I'm a drama kid, and it helps a ton just being able to just come up with stuff off the fly with like that improv that you learn from drama and stuff. So maybe take a look into that if you're looking to be better in that. That's my suggestion.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. the improv that I come up with like my friends group, I cannot stream. It's it's TOS. I'll say that. So yeah, having that in our back pocket, that is just a little bit of context for that. But no, like no improv definitely. No, I totally get that. But but I don't know, when there's such great action on track, that's where I kind of get stuck right here. But it is like one of those occasions where it's just like, it's a season finale. I'm having fun. WX Mike, to answer your question, where's your new PMR driver running currently? No one in your unless I was unaware. Oh, okay, you're talking about the sportsman. Okay, my bad. He is currently P8, well, before pit stops. So he'll probably rejoin in P8. But yeah, that's where he is. UK saying bots, season 1 champion. Hell yeah. I mean, like they're always the number one in my heart. They're advertising for them, but they're actually have already won me over. So there is no longer a need to advertise. So yeah, looks like we have UK staying out one more time. T-Bird, looks like you're pitting this time. People have already pit. BS and Cade especially have already pit. Now, you guys want to get that sorted out rather quickly because as pit stops are now being done, the more time you guys battle, the more time it allows the 8 and the 14 to catch back on up. So
I've got to save a lap of fuel, so I can't battle.
Well, there we go. That makes that decision real quick. So the 22 of Cade will probably also be in that same boat. So I don't know what the overall game plan there was. Hopefully it doesn't come on back to bite y'all both. But as we go for our final pit stop here in this race, the 8's good to go, the 14's good to go, 96, basically everyone but the but US Trek and the 14, not 14, the 22 and 20 are good to go.
I'm just going to quickly mention that I signaled a lap before I actually pit and then forgot to actually like go through the motions of pitting, so I had to run around another lap, and it probably confused the hell out of Packers because we were side by side at that point.
Oh, hell. Well,
it's been a long race, man.
Oh no, it's been a long race, but a fun one. Hopefully, hopefully it's been as fun for you guys racing as it has been for me commentating. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having a great time commentating this one. It's a season finale. It's essentially a big party, at least in my opinion. Celebrating our first official, well, I guess second technically. First numerically, our full season coming to a close. Of course, we had season 0. That was technically our first season. But season 1 proper getting undone here.
And please. Oh my god. Okay.
I guess, did he signal there?
I did not see him signal, but he went on the pit road.
Well, that definitely does not help the matter there, so... well, that is a warning, I guess. But
Nathan might have sped.
Oh well, I guess never mind. It takes care of himself then. Yeah, that's why you signal. That is why you signal for stuff like that. Unfortunately, not only did that ruin his race, but also another driver right there. So.
Quick note: Agent Orange has definitely sped as he's ended up behind Packers in 7th.
Oh well, there you go, BS. There's your podium.
I don't know about that. I'm saving, and Cyber's closing, so we'll see.
Oh, well, never mind. There goes your podium.
Oh, boy.
At least this time, I guess I did by myself by short pitting too much.
Now, what does that mean for the 22 of Cade, though? He has...
He played on the same lap as me, so...
But does that mean he's hoping for a yellow? Or is he just going to... kind of wait for the 14. Intrigue. That is why we well, at least me, love caution-free, not caution-free, no stage racing, no guaranteed cautions here in this race because it allows strategy to flow. We have seen, yes, short stopping literally has allowed the 22 to get the lead. Awesome, great. He's currently a lap short on fuel though. Now, can he do it? The 14 is good to go. He can push as hard as he wants to. The 8 has sped. There he is right there. So it looks like that is for P4. But who are the championship for? There is no championship for. Winston Cup points, season-long points. This championship has already been decided. UK is our Season 1 champion, and he wants to close this race out with a win. And Nathan, I'm sure, is completely understandably mad. He is already in the comments saying was running the perfect race too. Yes, it's just one of those things. Just unfortunately, that was the money stop. But gentlemen, could I have a how many laps to go?
We have passed 16 to go.
Okay, so we're on 16 to go?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, we have 8 people watching. Thank you all so much for coming on out and watching us right here. We are at 16 laps to go. Biggest news, this 14 car is completely good to go. That 22 is not. He is 1 lap short on fuel. Now, this could mean one of two things. One, he's hoping for a yellow, or 2, he is waiting for this 14 to catch him so he can save fuel. Both strategies are valid, but it all comes down to execution. Unfortunately, the battle for P3 is now on. We have the inverse of what's going on. The 20 pit the same lap the 22 did, so he's also 1 lap short. And currently, that number 24 car, Cyber, is also very much good to go. Field 2 spread out for a caution, not with that attitude. So yeah, what? I'm sorry.
I said I think I'm almost good to go. I'm like flipping down a lap going into turn 3. It's 14 to go now. I've got 14 laps of fuel, and okay, never mind. It just flipped. Okay, good talk.
Well, Atlanta's one of those extremely hard ones to save at because, I mean, you can run this entire track full throttle. I personally don't want to. I mean, that is a great way to burn off your tires. But yes, you do have to burp it, especially in the draft. So as we have the battle for P1, which is now 14 has caught the 22. Inverse of that, the 24 has caught the 20. So we're going to see how this is going to roll here as we are now 12 to go. Or is it 11 to go?
He's 12 to go.
Ah, yes! Are we all right? But yes.
Took the whole season.
Took us, hey, 16 races. It doesn't matter. We got there. Pop the confetti. Patton was right. 11 laps to go here. The 22 has suspiciously not fallen behind the 14. That goes to show. I think he's just. I think he's just going to just run, and whatever he like. I don't know why I'm stuttering over my words. I apologize. He's just going to run it on out, and whatever happens, happens. Now, this 14 car of UK... Well, no, never mind. As I say that, the 22 just goes to the high side. It's as simple as that. You just manifest it into existence, and that's what's going on. Easy as that. Win a race? Just tell yourself you're going to win the race. Easy. Easy as that.
Hey. I've tried that one before.
Well, but you just got to believe a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder.
You just gotta believe you're gonna fly with me.
But yeah, the 22 has done exactly what I was talking about and has let the 14 go, and he's now in that draft. So he basically can save that fuel right there. Not necessarily for free, but close to it. Meanwhile, you have the battle for P5 really heating up right now. The 8, the 6, and the 96 are in that battle right there. That is P5, 6, and 7 in that order. The 8 is going to try to solo it on the high side, but the 6 is going to remain down low. Now, technically, that is the Talladega line. Yes, good for protecting, not good for speed. The 6 is going to sniff the inside. Nothing quite to be done there. A little bit of actually touch from the 6 and the 8. Nothing too crazy, of course. These guys have been long league buddies here, so, of course, anything is basically... anything contact, I'm sure, is not meant to be intentional. BS, what happened? It looks like Saber has passed you, and unfortunately, you have not been able to remain right there.
I can't stay with him and save fuel at the same time.
Oh shoot! What does that mean for the 22 then? I think the 22 either has something that I'm not aware of. Or like he has like an extra tank in his car. I'm pretty sure that's against NASCAR regulations. But hey, you know what? If you can fit an extra tank of fuel in there and not lose time in terms of body weight, then sure, go ahead. But I don't know who conducted laser scanning, but obviously they did not do their job.
Yeah, that would be pretty impressive if he could sneak that through inspections.
Yes.
Pre or post race.
Yeah, pre or post race. I mean, like, well, I mean, I don't know. It's as simple as that. Wasn't it Ross Chastain who was it? What track was it? That Dover, I think, or that was talking about DW's. No, it was Bristol Dirt. That was talking about DW's All-Star engine that was almost. It was on the like perfect limit of blowing up as he crossed the start-finish line. So he couldn't... I
thought he shifted down to blow it up on purpose so they couldn't inspect it after the race.
Well, that's what we expect. But I don't think it happened. So yeah. We have 5 laps ago?
4 to go.
4 laps ago. All right. So with that, these guys are. Oh my goodness! A battle for P5. Definitely, this is probably the battle to watch right here. These two are side by side. The 8 down low, the 96 up high. The 6 saying, "Yeah, I don't know which one to go with." He ideally wants to be with the bottom, but hey. If that top side can turns out to be available, like the 8 maybe hits the apron or maybe makes contact with the 96, hey, to each their own. 3 laps to go. And Cade is out of draft distance of the 14. And unfortunately, that will probably mean that he is going to be out of the running for this win right here. Coming to 2 to go here in the season finale. UK currently has a season high or a season tying season high 6 wins, looking for his 7th right here right now. The 14 running a base near damn perfect race with a little bit of hiccups here and there, but nothing too crazy. Coming to off of turn 4 for the white flag. The 22 is going to make the white flag, but I think he's going to start running out of fuel. We're going to be on board with him to see where he is. He's going to start... Oh, yep, he's already sputtering. It's coming... He's already in turn 2, and he is sputtering. He's slow, and just like that, that is not how you want to finish a race. There goes the 24, and here comes the 20. That is for P3. You know what? He played to his strengths. The 14 crosses the line, wins that race. Meanwhile, the battle for P5, or now P4, is going to be won by T-Bird unless something crazy happens at the line. Nope. All right. And just like
First on-stream podium.
First on-stream podium. Not really, you're lying, because it was that Challenger Canadian Tire race, which you also got a podium.
No, that was this one. That was Cup.
Or
the Challenger ones
Cup.
I lagged out.
Yes, but you were there. You just didn't have a mic to talk. So you did get a podium on stream, but you just didn't get an interview. So
I guess first interview of the season?
Sure. So yeah, that was my like legit like actually moment right there.
Yeah,
But no,
you know what I meant.
congrats everyone watching. Season 1 Cup is in the books. And I think that was a great season. Well, I mean, obviously we have only one other full season to go off of. The best one yet. Ups and downs in that race, including with some intrigue. The fastest lap goes to Cade with a 29.225. Excellent work. So with that, we have our interviews to conduct. Mo Power again, finishing 1 and 2. Whew. I have to actually get a count on that to see how many times they did that. So yeah, let's get our guys up in here. T-Bird, if you want to stay, that is fine. Congrats on the P4.
Thank you. I probably have to hop off here actually, but thanks for having me up here before you start interviews, and hopefully I can join you a bit more in the future. Maybe for some of these lights races while I'm off during the little cup off season. Maybe.
Well, there we go. Fingers crossed. It has
Good
been
racing, T-Bird.
It was a pleasure having you up here. So
Good racing.
You too, man. Congrats on the podium.
I recommend watching the Eric Andre show.
I'm going to watch back my eyelids. That's what I'm going to watch.
All right, well, there we go. Good enough. Hey, you know what? That's a pretty good show as well. Have a good one, T-Bird.
You too, man.
All right. So let's go over full finish right here. So, of course, we already know our podium. That was a awesome one right there. But P4 goes to T-Bird. P5 belongs to Packers. Another top 5 for him. P6 belongs to Nathan. P7, I do believe, was snagged at the line by Goose, so I'll have to look back on that. P8 belongs to Cade as he was putting around, and Liam P9. But yes, I think we have our top 3 up in here. Well, we already have one of them. Yes, we do. So, congrats, guys. Season 1 is officially in the books. Excellent work, and again, another intrigue race. Now, many people were commentating, or not commentating. BS was one of them. UK, you were one of them, saying that this was a boring race. I don't think so.
Race.
No, I mean, come on. You said the commentary was boring. You know what, man? I think that's a 50-point doc right there. Cyber, congrats, you're the season 1 champ. But no, so let's go and start with our P3 proper here. Christopher Bell, where are you? There you are. Oh, no, sorry. He drives a 20 now, not actually in this game. My bad. Eric Jones, where are you? My bad. 2-year-old game. God. Anyway.
3 years old next year.
Oh my God. BS, you had a fantastic race. And now up and down, you said yourself that you had to save a lap of fuel, and you could not keep touch with Cyber right there. Bring us through your race. I mean, I know we've been hearing from you, but tell us about the things you didn't talk about already.
So my strategy at the beginning was to try to short pit and see if I could get out in front and in clean air where we could run a normal racing line and not the hug the bottom of the racetrack line that can often happen here in the stage races. And it kind of worked out, except there was one problem, and it's that I had my tires pumped up so high that I was only going like 26 laps around, and so I pumped those down the second to last run, and then fuel became an issue because I could only go 27 laps on fuel. So, and the last run was 28 laps, so I had to save an extra lap then. So it was my own fault for not double checking that before the race. I thought the fuel run was like 28 laps and it would be completely fine, but I was wrong, and it cost me basically a spot.
Well, overall, if it costs you a spot, I think that's pretty good, honestly. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, that's just quick thinking on the fly. But congrats, first of all. That is a P6 in the standings. Now, let's kind of rewind a little bit and talk about your season. That's one of the things I didn't quite talk about. You've had an up and down season yourself. You've been up as high as I do believe P4 in the standings and as low as P12. I do believe, or it's either that P11 or P12, and you did a great job to bounce back through other people's misfortune, but also your own. What do you think was a difference maker in terms of if you could? Well, let me rephrase. If you could do this entire season all over again, what would you do differently, if anything?
Um, well, let's see. I've got 11 top tens. The four top tens that I didn't get out of my 15 starts were the two plate tracks and the two lag outs I had at Homestead and Charlotte. So taking all that into consideration, I don't really know what I could have done better besides maybe getting better internet or not sucking at plate tracks. But you know what can you really do? It's plate track's a plate track, and they're probably the hardest tracks on this game for me specifically. So maybe improve at that, but that's a lot easier said than done. And practicing against AI is not exactly realistic, so I
Oh
would
no,
have to
not at
actually
all.
have friends to do that.
First of all, uh, play tracks are always a crapshoot. That's why I personally hate them. But hey, people love them. We have, you're gonna be back in the Cup field for next season, starting a month away at this point. Excellent work all the way around. You had a poll, so that means you're going to be invited to the Clash. So excellent job there. Great season overall. Welcome back to Cup.
Yep, thank you. I'm pretty happy with that.
All right, let's talk about our P2 now. Go over to William Byron for our P2 finisher. Cyber, you were in a very lonely position. Like, let's not sugarcoat it here. You're faster than the cars behind you, but slower than the cars in front of you, and that's just because of draft. Uh, but you were able to just climb on back through the field slowly but surely, with some misfortune from others. You know, Cade ran out of fuel, and then also Nathan sped on the last lap. What was your mindset like? I just allow us to peer into your mind there through when you were just kind of riding by yourself. Like, were you thinking about, I was like, what am I gonna have for dinner, or like what's going on?
I'm just, I was just mainly just trying to catch back down the best I could after I got separated from them. Pretty much, that was my rest of the race through the broadcast that had been saw. Yeah, I just thought, okay, so I'm stuck in fifth. What's that going to mean for me in the race? And yep, here we are. So, yeah, the 100cars.com show was fast. It's just strategy was just all over the place in the field. That's the reason why I was just like Cancuned up, like thinking like, oh, should I pit early? Should I pit late? Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, proud to just get this into P2 off of strategy. Just had a good, like, calculation of that last pit stop, which I was good to go after that. So, yeah, P2, I'll take it.
Well, one thing that I wanted to say as well, overall, excellent season. You were our season zero champ, and just came up one spot short overall. But you put up a valiant effort. I wanted to say this before the interviews, and I'm sorry to say that I probably didn't. You and UK have swapped with P1 and P2. Doing it right now, one, two, one, or sorry, not that. With finishing 1-2 four different times, including this one. That if that doesn't scream consistency, I don't know what does.
Yeah, it does, definitely. With this, type of racing, like no stages, yeah, that screams ahead a lot.
But let's look forward ahead to a season. You've been locked in. You were one of the first locked for season two for quite some time. What do you have planned for the off season, if anything?
Just knowing that Challenger's coming back, just get used to that, and then just get prepped up for season two and coming.
Oh well, I was hoping that maybe you were gonna be like, no, I'm coming for that title, man. I was the defending champ, but now I'm hungry for that. But hey, challenger, I like where you're at there. The trucks, in case anyone was curious on that, is what we're moving to. Cyber, excellent job, P2 in the race and also the in the title fight. So comeback victory, that's what people like. And well, now we move on to our winner here. And this is your seventh win of the season. I keep going over to Tony Stewart. I don't have him. I have to go over to Boyer because when I changed from my PS4 to a PS5, I did not get the deluxe edition. Anyway, UK, you were up in that front pack almost all race. However, you were as high as P1 and then as low as P6. And it looked to be that you were not going to win that race. Did you know that K was one lap short of fuel, or no?
Yeah, I was listening to the broadcast.
Oh, well, easy as that, right? Easy as that.
So, I knew he was close, and I got it to him. I was thinking about passing him, but then I was thinking about pushing him, making him definitely run out. But then he let me go, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to leave him now. And hopefully he'll run, well, not hopefully, but maybe he'll not lag out, run out of fuel, and Cyber will come up against second.
Well, your dream came true right there. Now, I don't know if you were listening to the broadcast at this point, but as soon as you led a lap, you won the title. At that point, what were you just like, all right, cool, I can just relax, or were you just like, no, I want this? Well, I mean, I know you just said I wanted to go get this win, but like, how pressed were you on it?
I was not listening to you when I led that first lap. I tried to then probably the first pit stop, so I didn't know I won it already. But
Oh,
I was just prepared to just go out and win. That's what happened. I think Nathan was going to win if he didn't get too fast on pit road. You know,
yes.
so I mean, sucks for him, but I mean, he probably would have won. But I'll take it. I'll definitely take it.
Well, and that's one of the things that, it's not over until it's over, and that was the money stop. But and he's actually listening right there. He's saying congrats. Thought he was finally gonna beat you. Oh no. Uh, when he phrases it like that, I mean, oh no. But yeah, no, UK, excellent job. You not only won the most recent series and challenger, but now you go on out and win the season one cup, and you were one of the first, along with Cyber, to go and lock yourself into Cup season two. What are your plans for the off season?
Well, first I was thinking retirement home sounds pretty good, but I want to keep doing this. So I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'll be doing off season. I may come up to the booth with you a little bit and watch some Xfinity drivers. I got an eye out on a couple of them. I didn't know that was in there.
Well,
So I'm gonna have to get into the recruiting a little bit.
well, there we go. And I know you're going to be taking part of Challenger as well, so hopefully you can defend your title there as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to have you in the booth. You're up here once for Sportsman Iowa, so why not make a
That's
repeat
what
appearance?
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I'm not allowed to race in Xfinity next year, so I mean,
oh, yes,
why
you are.
not be in the
Yes, you are.
booth? One
Yes, you are.
race.
Two races.
Two races?
Yeah. Did
Well,
you
I'll
not?
look
Did
at
you
the
not? You didn't see?
I'll
You
look at
didn't
the
see the?
schedule.
Oh wow. Okay. Uh,
I'll look at the schedule and see what dates I want to make appearance.
all right. Hopefully, it's not just the plate tracks, which is what I expected a
It will
lot of
not
people to
be a
do.
fleet track.
Thank God.
I may do one. I don't know. It depends what the other tracks are.
Uh, well, you can check out the schedule. I'll say that. So,
I will.
but excellent job on the title. It was a fantastic series season all the way around. We have our top 10 locked for next season, and now we shift our eyes to the up and comers. I failed to mention that the drivers that will be joining the lights next season are actually going to be Liam as well. He was in the race. We also have a we have Blakey T, Selling Dreams, Shackett, and Baseball Kid will be joining him. Or not Liam. He's not going to be doing that. Baseball Kid and Bass is going to be our Cup drivers moving on down. So we'll have to see who's going to be our next 10 drivers to join these guys in the top level and have some more fun races, competitive races like we saw here tonight. For everyone in watching right now, thank you all so much for coming on out and just showing some support for the league. I'm your host, Private Patton. Congrats to everyone participating in this series. UK for the win and the title. P2 for the title and the race belongs to Cyber. And then BS for his first actual podium interview when it comes to the Cup Series. So golf clap. We have a lights starting next week, but we also have Challenger starting this coming Tuesday as well. So that will be our next broadcast. Until then, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.